Welcome to this video on Ideology and Ideological State Apparatuses by Louis Althusser. I'm Andrew Chapman. I'm a professor of philosophy, and I'll be your guide. Our purpose in this video is to provide you with a detailed yet accessible summary of this significant work, ensuring that you grasp its key concepts, understand its impact, and are prepared to discuss it critically in your classes and beyond. We'll begin with an introduction to the text and its author, followed by a summary of the main ideas. Next, we'll dive into a deeper analysis, examining the significance and implications of these concepts. We'll also cover how the text has influenced its field and discuss any major criticisms. Finally, we'll wrap up with a summary of the key points covered. Now let's get started with Ideology and Ideological State Apparatuses. Ideology and Ideological State Apparatuses is a pivotal essay by French Marxist philosopher Louis Althusser, first published in 1970. In this work, Althusser expands on Marxist theory by exploring how ideology functions within capitalist societies to perpetuate the conditions of production and maintain the power of the ruling class. Althusser introduces the concept of ideological state apparatuses, or ISAs, to explain the complex ways in which ideology is embedded in various societal institutions. Althusser's ideas have been influential in the fields of sociology, cultural studies, and political theory, offering a sophisticated understanding of how ideology operates beyond mere economic determinism. His work draws heavily on structuralist and psychoanalytic theories, particularly the ideas of Marx, Lenin, and Freud. Althusser redefines ideology not simply as a set of beliefs or false consciousness, but as a material practice that's embedded in the everyday activities and institutions of society. Ideology shapes individuals' perceptions and behaviors, making the existing social order appear natural and inevitable. Althusser identifies various institutions that function as ISAs, including the family, education system, media, religious institutions, and culture. These apparatuses disseminate and reinforce dominant ideologies, contributing to the reproduction of the conditions of production. In contrast to ISAs, which function primarily through ideology, the repressive state apparatus, or RSA, operates through coercion and force. This includes institutions like the police, military, and judicial system, which enforce the power of the ruling class through repression. A key concept in Althusser's theory is interpolation, the process by which individuals are hailed by ideology and thereby become subjects. Through interpolation, people internalize the values and norms of the dominant ideology, coming to see themselves as free and autonomous agents while actually being shaped by external forces. Althusser's analysis of ideology challenges traditional Marxist views by emphasizing the role of superstructural elements, that is, ideological institutions, in maintaining capitalist society. His concept of ISAs provides a nuanced understanding of how power and control are exercised not just through direct repression, but also through cultural and ideological means. Althusser's work is situated within the broader context of structuralist Marxism, which seeks to understand the underlying structures that shape society. His essay builds on the ideas of Marx and Engels while incorporating insights from psychoanalysis and structural linguistics. Althusser's approach reflects the intellectual climate of the 1960s and 1970s, characterized by a critical engagement with traditional Marxism and an emphasis on the role of ideology. Ideology and Ideological State Apparatuses has had a significant impact on various academic fields, including sociology, cultural studies, and political theory. Althusser's ideas have influenced scholars such as Stuart Hall, who applied the concept of ISAs to analyze media and popular culture, and Pierre Bourdieu, whose work on cultural capital and social reproduction builds on Althusser's insights. Althusser's theory of ideology and ISAs has practical implications for understanding the mechanisms of social control and the reproduction of power. His analysis encourages a critical examination of how ideological institutions shape individuals' beliefs and behaviors, providing a framework for analyzing the subtle ways in which power operates in society. Althusser's ideas have been extended and adapted by numerous scholars. For example, feminist theorists have used his concept of ISAs to explore how gender ideologies are reproduced through institutions like the family and education system. Postcolonial theorists have applied Althusser's framework to analyze the role of ideology in maintaining colonial and neocolonial power structures. Despite its influence, Althusser's work has faced criticism from various perspectives. Some critics argue that his structuralist approach downplays the role of human agency and resistance, presenting individuals as passive subjects of ideology. Others contend that Althusser's focus on ideology neglects the material and economic dimensions of power. Additionally, his concept of interpellation has been critiqued for being overly deterministic, suggesting that individuals have little capacity to resist or challenge dominant ideologies. In summary, Ideology and Ideological State Apparatuses by Louis Althusser is a foundational text that offers a sophisticated analysis of how ideology functions within capitalist societies. Althusser's concepts of ISAs, RSAs, and interpellation provide a nuanced understanding of the ways in which power and control are maintained through both ideological and repressive means. Despite criticisms regarding its determinism and emphasis on structure over agency, Althusser's work remains a crucial framework for analyzing the role of ideology in social reproduction. His insights into the material practices of ideology encourage us to critically examine the institutions and practices that shape our beliefs and behaviors. Through his analysis, Althusser challenges us to understand the complex interplay between ideology, power, and social order, offering valuable tools for critical inquiry and social critique.